Today's episode is sponsored by The Angel of Indian Lake, the latest slice of horror from Stephen Graham Jones. There's blood in the water. Discover the horrors of Proof Rock, Idaho, the setting for Stephen Graham Jones's modern masterpiece of terror, the Indian Lake trilogy. The story begins in My Heart is a Chainsaw, continues in Don't Fear the Reaper, and concludes in the shattering finale, The Angel of Indian Lake. Discover why critics are raving, fans will be blown away by a series that has expanded the horizons of modern horror. Read Stephen Graham Jones' Indian Lake trilogy, available now wherever books are sold.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Ewan McGregor stars as Count Alexander Rostov in A Gentleman in Moscow, the new limited series based on the best-selling novel. Stream it with the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan. Visit ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and like all of those episodes, it may contain spoilers, so consider yourself warned. If you like what you hear, head over to patreon.com/horrorqueers to listen to tons of bonus content. And now, without further ado, here's your exclusive Patreon clip.
I'm in the same boat. I will say, yeah, this is probably the weakest of the first 4 episodes, but I don't think it's a bad episode of television, but it's kind of a thing where, honestly, it's kind of split into 2 halves, which these episodes are doing where it's, case of the week mixed with the serialized stuff. And it was kind of a thing where I was enjoying both sides of these plots. However, every time we would move to the next one, I was like, oh, I kind of wish I was watching the other one instead. And I don't feel like either one really gets their due by the time the credits roll.
No, I think I messaged you because I watched this first, and I said this either needed to be longer or we needed to do something maybe less with it. Like, I could have actually seen this working as either a supersized episode or even a 2-parter. And it's something that critics who did have the opportunity to watch it before the episode was pulled, because I gather they probably sent out 4 episodes of screeners. So people had reviews ready that they ended up publishing maybe after the fact. But a few people said, it just feels like the case of the week is a little undercooked. And people were excited to see Molly Shannon taking on a very different kind of role. And in hindsight, you just don't get that much of her because there just isn't quite enough here.
Yeah, she has 2.5 scenes in this episode, and the half being her final scene where she gets shot, because she shows up and gets shot, and that's it.
Yeah, basically.
Hello, I'm Shelby Scott, the host of Scare You to Sleep, a podcast where I tell you spooky bedtime stories full of creepy sound effects and music that is soothing yet unsettling to help immerse you into a world of horror. This is a show for those of us who have realized horror can be a strange but relaxing escape from reality. Speaking of escapes, sometimes I lead you through guided nightmares, like a guided meditation, but instead of flowery meadows, I take you on a journey through your own personal nightmare. So come get lost in the terror with me. Listen to Scare You to Sleep wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm. Sweet screams.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.
Get in, losers. This is the Lady Killers, a Feminine Rage podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Sammy.
I'm Rocco.
And I'm May. Our podcast is a tribute to the female-identifying killers in horror and more.
Each episode will feature us, your Supreme Court of female murderers, discussing our favorite lady killers, from your Julias and Jennifers to your Carries and Christines.
We'll tell her story, decide if it's good for her horror, and answer the most important question of all: would we die for her?
Join us on Thursdays as we pull on our sweaters, snatch our ice picks, sharpen our scissors, and honor the lady killers who live on the silver screen.
No boys were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yet.